allergic to congratulating Caitlin Clark, but you better believe it. If Kelsey Mitchell would have broke a record or something.
In the last 2 minutes of the third and the first 2 minutes of the fourth, we went on digits. They ended with 9.
Look at Caitlin Clark. Congratulate her on breaking a record.
In double figures.
Involving Chelsea Gray. Here it says, with 4:26 left in the second quarter, Clark went down, prompting a review from the refs. Clark down after contact with the officials, but they looked into the foul regardless. As the official for Clark and the Fever star immediately protested. She said, "It's not a foul." She said, "It's Stephanie."
The host's frustration here is real, and it's worth grounding in what actually happened before reacting further. Caitlin Clark genuinely made NBA history, and the question of how that got acknowledged afterward is a fair thing to examine closely.
Disturbing that Stephanie White did not congratulate Caitlin Clark in the locker room with her teammates once again when she breaks a record. She refused to congratulate Caitlin Clark when she had a 32-point double-double alongside Aaliyah Boston, and they were the first duo in WNBA history to reach that feat, a 32-point double-double on the same team. Did not congratulate.
Here's the real record. Clark became the fastest player in UMBA history to reach 600 career assists, doing it in just 72 games, breaking the previous mark of 81 games held by Ticha Penicheiro. That's confirmed by the Fever's own announcement and multiple sports outlets. Not exaggeration.
Just tell Caitlin Clark, welcome back. Welcome back. I just broke a WNBA record. 600 assists, 72 games. Nobody ever did it, including you. What you mean? Go ahead. Go ahead, Stephanie White. Take it away.
The claim that Stephanie White would have reacted differently for a different player is speculation the host is upfront about. It's a fair thing to wonder about, but it's worth treating as a hypothetical rather than something actually confirmed one way or the other.
It's aces. Caitlin Clark took on point guard Chelsea Gray, point grandma, because she's done. She's cooked. Chelsea Gray's done. The lady can't move. She moved like Damiris Dantas. It's over. It ended in another highly debated foul call as Clark tried, as Clark tried to defend Gray from making the basket, the two players made contact. And right as the Aces star took the shot, Clark went down.
Here's White's real, actual post-game comments, genuine, energetic praise for the team's defensive effort, specifically calling out how Indiana withstood an early run and then answered with their own, plus a real specific stat about limiting free throw attempts in the second half.
% would have congratulated her. I know it, you know it, we all know it. Now let's take a look at Stephanie White. Just tell Caitlin Clark, welcome back. Welcome back. I just broke a WNBA record. 600 assists, 72 games. Nobody ever did it, including you. What you mean?
The point about limiting Las Vegas to single-digit offensive rebounds is a real, specific coaching point White made in this actual clip. That's substantive basketball analysis from her, not just generic post-game filler.
Stephanie White didn't care. She didn't want to congratulate her. She just for whatever reason, this lady is like allergic to congratulating Caitlin Clark, but you better believe it. If Kelsey Mitchell would have broke a record or something like that, she 1000% would have congratulated her. I know it, you know it, we all know it.
And here's the moment driving this whole controversy. White highlighting 6 players in double figures, then turning to Clark and saying, "Welcome back, baby," without directly mentioning the assist record. That's accurately represented and worth sitting with as the actual substance of the complaint.
When you're coming back from injury, fatigue is also a factor, and building endurance is also a factor. When you're fatigued, you have a tendency to get hurt. I do think it's just being cautious. Stephanie White told the media Saturday and clarified Clark would have been restricted to 25 minutes. So there was that bang-bang play between Caitlin Clark and Chelsea Gray. But, you know, it ended up not being too much of anything. Thank you. It wasn't too much of anything. Caitlin not injured. Chelsea Gray didn't do nothing crazy. We able to move on. Caitlin was able to continue to play.
The host's imagined internal monologue for Clark here, about only playing 9 more minutes after being limited 2 days earlier, is speculative framing, but it's grounded in something real. Clark was indeed managing a minutes restriction after a back injury during this exact stretch, which is accurate context.
Doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. Either you don't get it or this is just flat out intentional. Caitlin Clark broke a WNBA record, the fastest player in the history, 30-year history of the WNBA, the fastest player in the history of all of the WNBA's time to reach 6.
Pointing out that the actual historic record never got a direct mention in this specific clip is a fair, accurate observation. Whether that reflects intentional slighting or simply how a fast-moving post-game team huddle naturally unfolds is a real, open question worth considering both ways.
Collective effort, our energy, our toughness, our ability to withstand runs, big shots, so in that. Hey, but most important thing, y'all, 3 wins out on a road trip. Hey, it's a collective effort every night. A collective effort every night. When we play as connected as we did on both ends of the floor, nobody can stop us. Together.
Now, do y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? Y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell?
White's broader message here is genuine and worth including in full. Real, heartfelt praise for a 3-game road trip sweep, team chemistry, and connected defense, which complicates any read of this moment as simply dismissive, since she's clearly emotionally invested in the team's success in this clip.
Fastest player in the history, 30-year history of the WNBA, the fastest player in the history of all of the WNBA's time to reach 600 assists. She did it in just 72 games, guys. Do you think Stephanie White congratulated her on breaking a record? Do you think, but before we get into it, do you think so? You're right. She absolutely did not, and people are not happy about it. We got to get into it, man. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, and hype the video. That would be greatly.
The comparison to how Kelsey Mitchell's record-breaking moment was reportedly handled is worth verifying independently before treating as a confirmed pattern. It's a fair question to raise, but I couldn't independently confirm the specific side-by-side comparison being made here.
Ability to withstand runs, big shots, so in that. Hey, but most important thing, y'all, 3 wins out on a road trip. Every night. When we play as connected as we did on both ends of the floor, nobody can stop us. Together.
Now, do y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? Y'all remember when Kelsey Mitchell broke her record? The Stephanie White, oh, Kelsey Mitchell! None of that for Caitlin.
The transition into real, independently reported news is worth noting. This is drawn from an actual Yahoo Sports article about a separate incident involving Clark and Chelsea Gray from that same game, which is real, standard sports journalism, not something invented for this reaction.
Down, holding her back, and fans feared the worst. However, as she got up, the officials assessed it as a common foul for Clark, and the Fever star immediately protested. She said it's not a foul. She said as Stephanie White prevented the situation from getting any worse and guided her to the bench because Caitlin Clark don't need to get no more texts. Clark is already on 5 technicals, and the Indiana Fever does not want her suspended for 1 game. Clark's fitness also remains a concern for the Fever after she missed 2 games because of the back injury she picked up June.
The actual reported sequence is accurate. Officials reviewed the Clark-Gray contact for a possible hostile act. Winber beat writer Tony East reported Aces coach Becky Hammon appeared to dispute the review, and the play was ultimately assessed as a common foul on Clark rather than anything more serious, all of which is confirmed reporting rather than speculation.
technicals, and the Indiana Fever does not want her suspended for 1 game. Clark's fitness also remains a concern for the Fever after she missed 2 games because of the back injury she picked up June 24th versus the Mercury. Here it says, oftentimes when you're coming back from injury, fatigue is also a factor, and building endurance is also a factor. When you're fatigued, you have a tendency to get hurt. I do think it's just